Nicole, what advice would you give to your 22-year-old self about life?
I would tell myself, and like I've told other 22-year-olds that I go back and speak at college campuses. I was at Franklin College a couple weeks ago. I go back to DePaul frequently. I would say write down and understand and truly authentically align your rare and valuable skill sets. Don't tell me that you're a great critical thinker or a great multitasker if you're not. What do you bring to the table? And know that. So when you go into an interview, you can say, here's what I am capable of doing. Here's what I tactically know how to do. I'm good at Photoshop. I'm good at Canva. I can use a DSLR. Whatever all of that is, write it down, own it, and be able to completely explain your rare and valuable skill sets, and do not exaggerate them. That's my big thing with young people is they'll either exaggerate them or they'll kind of, be a little wishy-washy with it. And it does no one any good because then you're not put into a position where you can really shine. And it's just incongruent. So I'm really big on authenticity just in general.
A lot of times when people think of like their rare and valuable skill sets, it's like only the things you can put on LinkedIn, where it's like, I know how to use Microsoft Excel or whatever, or I know how to use a DSLR. But things like I think my number one rare and valuable skill set is energy. And like when I was 22, I don't know if I would have said that in an interview. Like I'm very energetic, but now I'm like, oh, if people want to work with me or do anything, it's like they know 100% they're going to get energy. And that is a rare and valuable skill set to bring because
I love that.
Not everyone has that, right? Or a curiosity, or like find those ways. It can just be character traits of who you are. Find your way to articulate that in whether it's an interview or the sales pitch or whatever it is, and then people will really know who you are.
And make sure it's authentic though, right?
Yes.
And so we even do this in brand development for clients. We built so many brands in Indianapolis and national brands for our clients. So a brand is equal parts visual identity, like your logo, and also content. And when you put everything together for a brand, what are their unique value propositions? To your point, what's their personality? What are their attributes? What are they selling, their product, service, or good? And so the same is similar for your personal brand. What are your character traits? What are your talents? What are your skill sets? And all of that makes your personal brand. And don't over-index anything because you're going to do yourself a disservice. But also make sure you've got some things on there that are tactical. Like you're saying, can you use Google Docs? Can you do Canva? Do you know how to edit a video or photos? And if you don't, that's okay. But mind yourself, if you're trying to go to be a content curator, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times early on, especially when I was 22, coming out of school, I tried so hard to make myself look cool. Yeah. I was like, oh, I want to look cool online versus just then when I switched and just started to do cool stuff, don't try to curate and fake these things to post about. Just go do shit that's worth posting or go do stuff that's worth talking about. And if you live a life that's worth talking about, then people will talk about it for you.
100%.
And that's my biggest, everyone, oh, I want to make content. It's cool. Go do the crazy stuff that where you can make the video, whether it's you want to be the next Mr. Beast or you want to be on the nightly news or whatever it is, go create the content and do the thing versus just trying to make it fake it and make it look cool.
The Becker boys love Mr. Beast. So thanks for that shout out because I hear his voice all the time.
He's crazy.
He's crazy.
In the coolest way possible. I
know. We love Mark Rober. We love Mr. Beast. We're huge Pat McAfee fans at our home. I want to comment on that too though, is I always refer to that whenever we have team meetings at Pence Media Group is the receipts. So one of the things I also wanted to do when I started Pence Media Group is I focused on culture and then I focused on execution. We're all experts and that's what we're delivering. But then I was always big about the receipts. What did we do for our client? And if you follow us on social media, you see we're so focused on the receipts. We're not the group that's going to tell you that we got together and we did a chili cook-off or we had some sort of, hoorah-rah team meeting. Even though we have that incredible culture, we're the group that's going to say, this is what we did. This is what we created value for our client. And we show you the receipts because at the end of the day, people are buying your product, service, or good because it gives them value. So I always tell people that the receipts is what you need to showcase.
That's great advice.
So there you go.